Bellator's going to Arizona.
Yeah, been waiting for a while actually to hear that news. There are rumors and whatnot, September, this and that. And so what I like about these tournaments, it keeps me in check. I'm always training as far as you think when the next one is. You're excited about it. One of those things where you're like, defend a title, and then we'll see when the next one is. You have one on the horizon. So I've been pushing through ever since last fight, and so it's finally nice to hear that date. I heard it just right here with you guys for the first time, and I've never fought in my hometown. I'm from Phoenix, and so that's gonna be fun too.
Yeah, what do you think that experience will be like? Do you feel like it'll be a little extra pressure knowing so many people and your friends and family will be there?
No, I put pressure on myself every fight I go out. There's pressure from retaining a title, winning a title, just winning the fight basically. And so that added little variables don't matter too much. And, I'll be at the hotel. I'll treat it just like every other fight week I've ever had, because that's how I know, how I'm going to perform that way, and so I'll treat it just the same. I won't know until I walk into that cage, and there's a little extra support.
Bit of a bucket list item though.
100%. I have 35 fights. I've never fought. I fought in Arizona, but I haven't fought in the city of Phoenix. And so, my friends and family have always had to travel. And so, I'm excited for my network, from wrestling to my friends and family to all be able to just, hop in a car, drive 20 minutes and watch a fight.
I know Corey Anderson's a guy you're very familiar with. Beyond, going back before this tournament, you guys did some training together at one point. Now that you've had some time to kind of focus on him a little bit more, how do you like the matchup?
I love the matchup.
Yeah.
I've done well with that style throughout my career. If you look at my fights when I fought, wrestlers like that, I've done extremely well. A lot of them were knockouts and whatnot. So, I just feel like, my experience, I feel like I hit harder than him. He has more volume than me. I believe my jiu-jitsu is better and my MMA wrestling is better. When I want to go get a takedown, I can get it. So I feel really confident about this fight. In these tournaments, you get to the point where you're like, all right, you look at the overall tournament, but you got to focus on that individual in front of you.
Last one from me. He made some comments after his last fight about that training. He was saying he knows what happened. Do you know what happened?
No. We went back and forth a long time ago, 2017. It's practice at the end of the day. Who cares?
Thanks.
Are you worried at all? We're seeing rise in COVID again. Are you worried that that's going to shut this card down, that you may have to go through a whole new waiting period? Is there any fear? Are you paying attention to the news?
If it was in California, I'd be worried, but we're in Arizona, and I'm not too worried about that aspect of it. Obviously different states, make their kind of own rules, but if there's something that came down federally or whatnot, and then, we have to go back to Mohegan Sun, it is what it is. We went through that year with COVID, and Bellator did an amazing job once they started up in getting the fighters fights. This is our job at the end of the day, and so I'm not too worried about Arizona in October.
What about the other side of the bracket? Are you paying attention to what's happening there, and do you have a preference of who you'd like to fight if you get past this next fight?
I'm obviously paying attention over there, and I think it's, I hope they're different nights. Well, we just said they weren't, but I want to watch that fight basically. It's a great stylistic matchup. Nemkov, he's got great footwork, good kicks, and obviously Anthony Johnson come in and end the fight at any time with one punch. So I'm definitely paying attention to that side. And what's cool about this is, like I talked about a long time ago, it's about redemption. Get through Corey, and then I have two guys that I lost to. And I'm 3-0 on rematches now. And my last rematch was with Machida, my last fight. And so I want to keep that streak rolling for sure. And regardless who wins on that side, there's a little storyline for me in that redemption.
Is there a little bit of, I know if Nemkov would lose, we'd have a new champion, but to have the champions stick through the whole thing and then in the finals you take it from him, is there a little bit more excitement about that, or are you really just celebrating?
Yeah, no, I'm not really focused too much on that. It's definitely a cool idea, and that belt can change so many times in a tournament. And you know, props to any champ that gets in there and puts his belt on the line like that too, you know. But for me, it's just, you know, we're on this side of the tournament. The belt's not going to be up for grabs unless we're in the finals, you know, and so that makes it, you know, sweet for me too. Just like I you know, did with Fedor, you win the tournament and you win that belt, you know, and so it's just a little extra, you know, and for me to go in there, get redemption, you know, and then win that belt in the same night and win that tournament and be able to win 2 different Grand Prix would be amazing.
Thank you.